I personally feel like we could have been in a worse state if Kamala Harris was president, because the rest of the countries, aside from ourselves, would have thought she was a joke. I feel like she had no foreign policy, and she lied about the border as well. Like her going down to the border all the time, she didn't ever see what was going on.
I would rather other countries think that we're a joke than our country be in a constitutional crisis. But even the claim that all other countries would think that we'd be a joke if Kamala Harris was elected is false. They actually have more respect for Kamala Harris than Trump. People look at us and laugh now because of Donald Trump. In fact, Donald Trump literally won the Liberals the election in Canada. They have boycotted American goods. We've leaked Kremlin documents where Putin says that he thinks Donald Trump is easy to manipulate. Macron and Tusk from France and Poland posted a video on Twitter making fun of him. Everybody
Liberals,
laughs
though, right?
about Trump.
So what would you impose then, aside from the tariffs? Do you think the economy was going well towards the end of the inflation then?
Oh, the economy was well under the Biden-Harris administration? Oh, it was fucking great. Oh my God, it was so great. The economy at the end of the Biden-Harris administration was one of the best economies in this country that we've ever seen. Oh my God, I miss it so much.
But what's completely different now? What are the costs of eggs now?
For sure, I'll tell you. What's completely different now is that we went from booming investment in manufacturing to stagnant investment in American manufacturing. We went from a booming GDP to a recessing GDP, negative growth in the first financial quarter of this year. Yeah, I mean, those are
affecting you on a daily basis
right there. We went from the highest of the highs in American markets to now we're at a point where we had a 7% dip in 1 month because of the introduction of his tariffs, and we haven't even broke even since the beginning of his term, so stagnant growth in the market. These are really bad things, right? Again, yes, I want to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So you took an oath to uphold the Constitution, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then why do you support Trump? Because Donald Trump hates the Constitution.
Okay. That's a great question. I am genuinely I'm like, I don't pay attention to that stuff completely. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't pay attention to the fact that he, quote unquote, doesn't uphold the Constitution or whatever it was.
Because it's all very vague. Okay. What? Okay.
Yeah, I know like the fact that I know.
He hasn't done this. He hasn't done this. But imagine he did. Okay. This is purely hypothetical. Okay. Purely hypothetical. If he were to, I don't know, explicitly call for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, would you stop supporting him today?
Yes, 110%.
Read that out loud.
So with the revelation of the mass and widespread
out loud, please.
No, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm 29 years old and I have like a stutter, so it's embarrassing. I'm not going to lie to you.
Don't worry. So I'll read out the last sentence. And it says, a massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. So it's funny because the question that I asked you was if Trump hypothetically explicitly called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, would you stop supporting him today? You said yes, 110%. So he has explicitly called for, and I quote, the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found.
Though? No, I know. I hear you. What was the context?
Well, the context is that
I'm like no debater. I'm just more of a learner.
The context is that he was baby raging that he lost the 2020 election.
Oh, okay, so that was back in the day. Okay, gotcha. So I understand.
So are you now 110% going to revoke all support for Donald J. Trump?
You know what? I'm gonna do me. That's at the end of the day. I do. I prefer having. I would prefer having him in office.
Right, okay.
Than I would have had Kamala Harris.
I got to get your take on something though. I got to get your take. I got to get your take on something though. If you would just be kind and give me a minute here. We're just gonna play something back and we're gonna listen together.
I'm like no debater. I'm like
this, but imagine he did. Okay, this is purely hypothetical. Okay, purely hypothetical. If he were to, I don't know, explicitly call for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, would you stop supporting him today?
Yes, 110%. 110%.
Stop supporting him.
Okay, are you now like just what is this? What are you trying to accomplish right now?
Well, I asked you if he explicitly called for the termination of all
Yes.
the regulations and articles in the Constitution.
Because
you
yes,
said that you would 110% stop supporting him, and then I showed you this tweet that he sent out in December of 22, where he explicitly calls for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, and you have not stopped supporting him.
Can you pull that up one more time? I'm sorry, I was reading the first part. I'm like,
oh, this? Yeah, we'll pull.
Yeah, just one second. Oh, this is the election fraud. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, right there, you did get me. But regardless of the fact, I'm going to be completely honest. You got me there. Am I going to stop supporting the Republican side? No. Am I going to stop? Am I going to stop believing in my own beliefs? Unfortunately, not. Fortunately, not. But at the end of the day, it's where. I'm sorry. Again, I just have a lot of anxiety right now. I don't ever do this. So let me just gather my thoughts really quickly. At the end of the day, it could have been I personally feel like we could have been in a worse state if Kamala Harris was president, because the rest of the countries, aside from ourselves, would have thought she was a joke. I feel like she had no foreign policy, and she lied about the border. No, so, I'm sorry. She lied about the border as well. Her going down to the border all the time. She didn't ever see what was going on.
I would rather other countries think that we're a joke than our country be in a constitutional crisis. But even the claim that all other countries would think that we'd be a joke if Kamala Harris was elected is false. They actually have more respect for Kamala Harris than Trump. People look at us and laugh now because of Donald Trump. In fact, Donald Trump literally won the Liberals the election in Canada. They have boycotted American goods. We have leaked Kremlin documents where Putin says that he thinks Donald Trump is easy to manipulate. Macron and Tusk from France and Poland posted a video on Twitter making fun of him. I could play you a clip of an entire UN Rights Council laughing at him as he speaks. Everybody
Liberals,
laughs
though, right?
about Trump.
Liberals, though, right? The liberals, right? Liberals.
Even the conservatives in California think that we should have universal health. California. Oh my God. Canada
universal health care?
Think that we should have universal health care. This is true about the world. Not even just liberals elsewhere. I'm telling you, the rest of the world. Like conservatives in other countries, okay, look at Trump and they're like, oh my God, how can anybody support him?
Do you have friends in the other countries that say that?
Oh, for sure. Of course. This is an international stream. We get people tuning in here from all over. I mean, I try to just get Americans up, but you want to believe me, the amount of times I've gotten messages or people that come up here and they're like, oh my God, I can't. How do you guys even support Trump? I mean, they fucking hate him, dude. You go to Switzerland or some shit, okay? You ask them how they feel about Trump. 9.9 out of 10 people are going to be like, yo, that dude's nuts.
Interesting. Okay, then I have a question about not kind of going off topic, but
okay, real quick, I do have to thank a handful of people first. Bailey, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo, saying as a woman active duty military member, I'm embarrassed. Well, I'll leave it at that. You got Bailey's message. Thank you for the $10, Bailey, as well as Bennett. Thank you for the $10, saying keep up the good work. Get me through this 14-hour drive. Damn, Bennett, where are you going? That's a long drive. Thank you for the $10. As well as Jess with the $10, saying Dean, my feminist Purple Heart combat Marine veteran, would love to shred this delusional trader ideals to pieces. Dude, Jess, let me know who they are. I'd love to bring them up. Thank you for the $10. As well as Lena, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. Random question: whatever happened to the HOA saying that you needed to take down something that was in your window because it was ghetto? Did you come out on top? Yeah, they ended up apologizing to me. Once they figured out who I am, funny enough. I didn't even tell them. I just told them that was soundproofing that I had because I do daily live streams. Then they investigated me, looked me up on the internet, called me back, said that they didn't want to sound like an HOA care, and apologized, and moved on. That was pretty funny. As well as Dennis, thank you so much for the $15. This is one of those international viewers watching you tons from Germany and absolutely appreciate your way of debating and taking all the heat. I lived in the U.S. for several years and didn't get my next visa and missed the U.S. I grew up there with people that I like, and you make a big difference. Keep going and stay factual as always. Cheers from Germany. Cheers to Germany. Thank you for the $15. Yeah, take it away. After I think Caleb for the $5 of Venmo. Thank you.
I want to start off by saying that I do agree with some things that you have said in the past. So I'm not 100%, right leaning, so on and so forth. Let's just completely put that out there. I do support MAGA, this, that, and the other. What is your take on Biden's health decline, and how come we didn't know about what was going on when it was going on, like with the cancer. I mean, it's a stage 4 or 5, not stage 9, but you know.
Bruh. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll address this to you. If I was Biden and I had cancer during his presidency, which by the way is merely speculative, and I think it is so wrong to speculate about a stage 9 cancer, right? Stage 9 cancer. I think it's very wrong to merely speculate about that. But let's speculate about it for a second. If he was president and he knew about this cancer, I fully support him lying about it. If I was in his shoes, I would have lied about it too. I think if any good person was in Biden's shoes and they were president with stage 4 prostate cancer on their way out of the door, I would have lied about it. And I think anybody else would have too. Why? Because guess what? He would have absolutely been undermining the ability for Kamala Harris to run on a platform and win if he was open and public about the fact that he had stage 4 prostate cancer. Why do I say that? Because he would just be giving ammo to the maniacs on the right that support Trump, that don't give a single shit and or fuck about anything humanitarian, anything ethically speaking, and just want to attack, pull and drag down, kill. Biden's a total piece of shit with dementia. He sucks. This must mean he's bad for the economy, and Kamala Harris was his VP, therefore we should never support her. They just use it against him. They'd use it as ammo to load up and propagandize Americans into supporting the fascists. Anybody in his shoes should have lied about it too. But we don't even know that he did lie about it. We didn't know that he did hide it. And that is all merely speculatory.
What about his decline, though? Like, he clearly had some type of decline. He didn't even know what year he was running.
Biden over Trump 110% of the time. I'll take an old man with a little bit of mental decline because of his age over the old dude with total fucking mental deterioration that advisors say that he can't distinguish between what's true and false, shits in diapers, and is running our country into fascism. Holy shit. Yeah, 110%.
Okay, so, but like, he clearly had visible signs of decline.
And that's my bro.
Run again.
And that's my bro. Put him in office. I take him right now. Dude, literally fucking dig Jimmy Carter up from the grave and put him in the Oval Office. And that man is 110% more respectable and a better president than Donald Trump. I don't know how to make myself any more clear.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I understand. That makes a lot of sense.
Can I say something really quick about the whole cancer diagnosis? This is why I have a problem with people trying to weaponize that, and it's just a personal experience. So I lost my grandmother in 2020, right? And I lost her to stage 4 cancer. And from the time that our family learned that she had stage 4 cancer to the time that she passed away, it was 3 weeks. So prior to that, there was no indication that she had any type of issues. We didn't see a quote unquote decline. I mean, she was cooking Sunday dinner, doing everything as she normally would. And then all of a sudden one day, she started having stomach issues. She went and got checked out. They found out that she had stage 4 cancer. It was, rampant through her body. And again, within 3 weeks, she went from cooking Sunday dinner to being at home hospice to passing away. So the idea that, there was this ploy or, they were hiding the diagnosis of Joe Biden. Like, I hate the speculation as far as people saying like, oh, we know this or we know that. We don't know. Like, we don't know his health records. And so for the people on the right that's trying to weaponize that, it's gross.
Yeah,
just my opinion.
It is really gross. And you know what? You're right. He's finally not fit to serve. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
He's finally not.
Don't put him back in office.
Don't put him back in. You have won.
But you didn't think that happened when
you've absolutely one moment. You've absolutely won. Joe Biden is not fit to serve as the president of this country, and it is so gross. As Santana pointed out, and I'll repeat, that conservatives are so happy with the ugly little smirks on their faces that they finally won, and he's finally unfit to serve.
But you don't think that's the case when he clearly was showing signs of some type of dementia or something, even when he's talking?
Are you a medical professor?
No,
a medical professional?
Clear, but it's visible to anyone who could see.
How do you have the ability to diagnose someone if
I'm not diagnosing anyone? I'm saying it's clear because my grandpa had dementia, so I
right. But that's a diagnosis, right?
I'm understandable of visible signs and symptoms.
I hear you, and I'm not
seeing and breathing in person that I can easily see
Hey, also, isn't it funny? Remember when you told us that you would stop supporting Trump if he literally wanted to terminate the Constitution? You figure out that he explicitly called for the termination. Where did Santana go?
Oh, shit.
Santana, I think that you may have accidentally left. Hop back in the queue.
Listen, I'm no medical expert.
Wait. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna continue to talk. Santana just like suddenly dropped. Hop back in the queue, Santana. But anyways, and then after like I showed you that he explicitly called for the termination of the Constitution, you're like, nah, that's my bro, W Trump. But what's the biggest critique of Biden? Having like a little bit of mental decline, and then all of a sudden it's World War fucking III. This guy's destroying the country, putting a bad rep on what we stand behind. This guy's just destroying it. People are dying. There's lawlessness running in the streets. Our country's burning to the ground. It's like the fucking Jesus is about to transcend and rapture us all into heaven. And these are the end days because he was showing some signs of aging. But Donald Trump explicitly calls for the termination of the president. That's my dog. I don't get why you hold such like different standards to these politicians. It's mind-boggling to me.
Maybe it's just, again, how I was raised and how you were raised differently, you know? I mean, regardless, I have my own opinions and everything like that, but it's still, at the end of the day, I still see a lot more progression now than I did see when Biden was in.
Okay. What specifically is progressing the country? Is it the tax policy that's going to decrease after-tax income for 80% of Americans,
I see on a daily
likely
basis,
including you, and cost our government $3.8 trillion? Is that the progression? Spending $3.8 trillion to make you save less?
It's me as an average citizen that I see on a daily basis that affects my life.
Does it affect your life that you will lose after-tax income because of his tax cuts, and he's going to spend $3.8 trillion to get it done?
Again.
Seriously, tell me. Do you like that, or is that absolute lunacy? Spending $3.8 trillion, almost twice as much as every penny spent in the last 4 years under Biden on non-COVID related expenditure, just to make you make less. Admit it. That's one of the worst policies that we've ever seen a president consider. Like, oh my God, can you name a worse one? Like economically speaking,
for a reason.
He's a businessman for a reason. That reason is that his father gave him, what was it, like $120 fucking million to then go and waste on 6 bankruptcies?
$420 million.
Oh, I was off. $420 million to then go waste on 6 bankruptcies? Is that what? I mean, you could call him a businessman, but obviously, even if he was a great businessman, you'd have to say Elon Musk is better, right?
No, I know.
Okay, well, even Elon Musk says that his tax cuts suck because they spend $3.8 trillion.
I don't support. Yes, I do not support the big. I don't support the big bill. Like, I'm not. Again, I don't support the big bill that's coming out. I see what there are some kinks that they'd have to do in the Senate first in order to get it pushed through. Like, especially like with the Medicaid and all that stuff. Like, I'm not. I'm not 110%.
How about this? Is there anything else that you want to go over?
No, that's probably, I do actually have to get off anyway, but I appreciate your time. It was fun. Again, I like watching your streams. I feel like what you're doing is really good for the community, especially with everyone everything that's going on now.
Hey, I got a quick question before you go.
It's pretty fun watching you. So
I got a quick question before you go.
What's up?
So, one, thank you for your service, but two, I mean, after the conversation, after your bold 110% statement of, disavowing Trump, can we finally get that admission that you will abandon MAGA after, all of this?
Well, this is one of the reasons why I am trying to branch out a little bit more. I am watching Dean's streams more and am starting to try and find like a middle ground as to where if I was in the right spot all my whole life or not. So I am wanting to like just kind of branch out and really get a feel for what's right and what's wrong. So again, that's why I like watching him. I like
Let us know if you're MAGA in the chat.
So
okay, all right. So
I appreciate it. Everyone else in the chat, appreciate it. All the trolls, love you guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, have a good one.